Good morning everyone. Before the presentation starts, this video is for school purposes only. Our group is allowing our instructor Sir Roldan Ardines to use this as educational material. Our topic is individual versus social identity online. Objectives. Discuss the individual and social identity online. Know the similarities between individual and social identity. Define. Define each part of the topic. Describe. Describe the importance of the topic. My topic is individual identity. Individual identity refers to the unique characteristics, traits, beliefs, values, and experience that define a person as an individual and distinguish them from others. It encompasses both internal and external aspects of person's self-concept, including their personality, sense of self, interest, preferences, and life experience.
Aspect of individual identity. So, there is 8 aspects of individual identity. So, what is aspects of individual identity? So, it is made up of multiple different features which we can call the aspects of our identity. Aspects of identity examples include gender identity. So, gender identity, this refers to the individual's senses of self as male, female, or combination of both. This includes gender expression, gender roles, and gender norms. So gender is the personal sense of one's own gender. So gender can correlate with a person's assigned sex or can differ from it. Most individuals, the various biological determinants of sex are congruent and consistent with the individual's gender identity. The next is the personal identity. So personal identity, this refers to the unique characteristic that makes an individual distinct from the others. This includes personality traits, physical appearance, and personal preferences. So personal identity is the unique numerical identity of a person over time. Discussions regarding personal identity typically aim to determine the necessary and sufficient conditions under which person at one time and a person in another time can be said to be the same person, persisting through time. So that is personal identity. The next is the cultural identity. So cultural identity, this refers to the shared values, beliefs, customs and practices that define a particular group of community to which an individual belongs. So, culture is the shared characteristic of a group of people which encompasses place of birth, religion, language, cuisine, social behaviors, art, literature, and music. So, that is cultural identity. Then, spiritual identity. This refers to an individual's beliefs and practices related to the religion, spirituality, and morality. This can include personal values and beliefs in rituals. So, in their study, spiritual identity was defined as a role-related aspects of an individual's overall sense of ego identity. So, that is the concern which questions spirituality and morality. This can include personal values and beliefs in rituals. So, in their study, spiritual identity was defined as a role-related aspects of an individual's overall sense of ego identity. So, that is the concern which questions regarding the meaning and ultimate purpose of existence. So, that is the spiritual identity. The next is the social identity. So, social identity, it is the portion of individual's self-concept derived from the perceived membership of a relevant social group. So, Social identity theory introduced the concept of the social identity as this way in which to explain intergroup behavior. Social identity theory explores the phenomenon of the in-group and out-group, and it is based on the view that these identities are constituted through a process of difference defined in a relative flexible way depends on the activity on which one engage. So, social identity, it refers to the various social groups to which individual belongs, such as family, friends, and community. So, next is the political identity. So, political identity. Identity politics is a political approach wherein people of a particular race, nationality, religion, gender, sexual orientation, social background, social class, or other identifying factors develop political agendas that are based upon this identity. So, this refers to an individual's belief, values, and attitude towards politics and social issues. These include political affiliation, ideology, and activism. So, mao na siya ang identity politics. The next is the sexual identity. Sexual identity is how one thinks of oneself in terms of to whom one is romantically or sexually attracted. So sexual identity may also refer to sexual orientation identity, which is when people identify or disidentify with a sexual orientation or those not to identify with a sexual orientation. So sexual identity, this refers to an individual's sexual orientation and attraction to others. This can include heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, or asexual identities. So, and the last one is the occupational identity. So, occupational identity refers to the conscious awareness of oneself as worker. The process of occupational identity formation in modern society can be difficult and stressful. So, occupational identity, this refers to an individual's profession or job and how it's contribute to the self and identity. Muna.
Importance of individual identity. This set of characteristics allow you to be identity and uniquely reconcilable. Identity plays an important role in empowering individual to exercise their rights and responsibilities fairly and equitably in the modern society.
So my topic is social identity online. So social identity online refers to the way that individuals present themselves and are perceived by others in online social contexts. It is the combination of personal information, behaviors, interests, and association that individuals communicate through their online profiles, interaction, and content. So, social identity online refers to the way individuals present themselves to digital platforms and how they interact with others based on common characteristics such as shared interests, beliefs, or social groups. This online identity can be constructed through various means such as personal profiles, comments, likes, and share. Social identity can have significant implication for individuals and society. It can influence how people perceive themselves and others, shape their online interaction, and affect their behavior and decision making. It can also contribute to the formation of online communities, social movements, and collective actions. However, social identity online can also lead to issues such as cyberbullying, discrimination, and the spread of misinformation. Therefore, it is essential to be mindful of our online behavior and interaction and foster a positive online culture that promotes mutual respect, diversity, and inclusion.
Social identity theory. An individual's social identity indicates who they are in terms of the groups to which they belong. Social identity groups are usually defined by some physical, social, and mental characteristics of individuals. The three components of identity according to the social identity theory. First is social categorism. Second is social identification. And third is social comparison. A social category is a collection of individuals who have at least one attribute in common but otherwise do not necessarily interact. For example, women is an example of a social category. All women have at least one thing in common, their biological sex, even though they do not interact. Social identity refers to the ways that people's self-concept are based on their membership in social group. Examples includes sports teams, religions, nationalities, occupations, sexual orientation, ethnic groups, and gender. Social comparison is broken down into two types based on direction. Upward comparison occurs when a person compares themselves to someone perceived as better in some respect. Downward comparison occurs when a person compares themselves to someone perceived as worse in some respect.
My topic is internet or online identity. Our online identity is all the information we leave on the internet. It's our digital footprint with such details as our email address, date of birth, bank details, and even our purchasing habits on online stores. Online identity goes beyond what we do online. It also verifies that we are who we say we are.
Virtual identity. Virtual identity is the manifestation of oneself in a realm of commerce, email, and social networking. To take some of the most common example, it is our intangible, scattered presence in a growing sphere of connectedness.
So good day everyone, this is Franz Kaelon Vicasas and today I'll be sharing 8 parts of virtual identity. So first we have profile. This refers to your digital appearance or identity. It may be a picture of your real face or a fake one. So if mo search mo og tao sa any kind of social media platforms, unya makita nimo automatically ilang pictures, those are called profiles. Next is bio or description. Basic information about your identity which includes your hobbies and other status. So kanang, if let's say for example Facebook, so sa Facebook below sa profile picture makakita mo rag mga brief description about ana ang particular person, so that is called bio or description. So yung mga hinanakit or iyahang pagkatao iyang gi-explain dira in short words, short sentences di ay, so mao na siya ang bio or description. Next, we have username, an identification used by a person with access to a computer or any online service. This refers to your real name or a fake one in the digital community. So kanang pangalan mo nga gigamit sa imong social media platforms, those are called usernames. Next, we have content or post. So things you share on social media such as photos and videos or text. So, let's say for example, your favorite vlogger. So, kana yung mga gina-post daily or eventually, those are called contents. Example, yung mga idol, nag-post of picture or nagpagawa sa yung mga hinanakit through posting online. So, those are contents or posts. Next, we have social connection, relationship that an individual has with other netizens. Example, friends on FB, followers on Twitter, or subscribers on YouTube. So, kanang pag-show og appreciation sa iyang mga fans or friends or followers, that is showing social connection. Next, we have interactions or comments. These are ways on showing people or expressing your thoughts and opinions about a content you've seen on digital platforms. If di ka ganahan sa content nga ginapakita, so unsa man imong buhaton, How would you interact? So, mag-comment ka by bashing. So, ano na siya guys. If ganahan kasi ang contents, so, i-comment mo siya. So, that is showing interactions through online. Next, we have groups or communities. Online communities or groups where you can join based on interests. Examples ano guys kay kanang mga Facebook groups or group chats. So kung dati kailangan pa adto og particular place para lang maka-conduct og meetings, karon dili na because we have online communities or groups wherein makaset og agenda dira, makasabot-sabot or etc. Next, we have privacy settings. This is where an individual can manage their profile and protect hidden information. So if di ka gusto nga makita ang ilmuhang mga gipang tanaw or gipang search, so we have privacy settings in order to manage your profile. So that is all. Thank you.
My topic for this video is all about the importance of social identity online. In today's world, social identity plays a crucial role in shaping our lives, both human and offline. Let's take a closer look at why identity is so important. Social identity is a powerful force that shapes our perceptions of ourselves and others. As humans, we categorize ourselves and others into groups based on social identity lines such as race, gender, religion, and nationality. This categorization often lays the foundation for bias, stereotypes, and prejudice and favoritism. Social identity theory aims to specify and predict the circumstances under which individuals think of themselves as individuals or as a group member. The theory also considers the consequences of personal and social identities to individual perceptions and group behavior. In this digital age, social identity is also a crucial factor in shaping our online behavior. Research shows that social identity plays an important role in many aspects of life, including health and well-being. For example, a study found that online social identity plays a role in a relationship between alcohol-related content on social networking sites and adolescent alcohol use. Social identity also plays a crucial role in business and marketing. Companies that understand their customers' social identities can create more effective marketing campaigns and build stronger relationships with their customers. In conclusion, social identity is a powerful force that shapes our perceptions of ourselves and others, both online and offline. Understanding social identity is crucial for creating a more just, equitable society as well as for building stronger relationships with customers and creating more effective marketing campaigns.
Similarities between individual and social identity online. Despite their different individual identity and social identity, both play important roles in shaping one's online presence and interactions. Similarities between the two includes the fact that both are constructed through various online activities and interactions such as others. Both can be influenced by social norms and expectation within online communities, and both can have a significant impact on how others perceive and interact with the individual online.